Fiji Audiovisual Commission is an agency of government, so we were set up by an Act of Parliament. It's the Audiovisual Commission, which means that we've been, under the Act, mandated to do a lot of things to promote and to develop the film sector, television programs, internet, commerce, music, IT, a whole range of things that fall under audio and visual. But in the last few years, just mainly because of funding issue, we're funded by government, funding issues, and also the segment that would give us the best returns. Taking all that into account, the board of the commission felt that it's best to perhaps, in the short to medium term, focus on the promotion of films, to promote and develop a film industry in Fiji. So our activities in the last 4 or 5 years have mainly been that, to develop the film industry as well as television. The Fiji National University has a film school, and they have just started doing that. So they're also about two years old. However, if I may just go back to something that the Audiovisual Commission, the FAVC, does, since 2006, we've been slowly encouraging our young people to think about careers in this industry seriously and to consider taking professional training in these fields. So what we're doing in-house is working with schools to encourage them to make films. So we run a filmmaking competition, and we call it the Kula Film Awards. The kula is a very rare bird in Fiji, and we think our young people have very rare talents which need to be nurtured. So we have the Kula Film Awards. We work closely with the schools. We get schools to register to enter the competition. Once they've registered, we provide them with training. So that's from script writing to direction to acting, camera work, lighting, everything. That's like a crash course in filmmaking. From the time the competition's launched till the awards are presented, that's about a 4-month gap. So in that 4 months, we provide the training and also help with post-production work. And at the end of the 4-month period, we have a little awards night. Now, the rationale for holding this competition is to bring to the attention of our young people who are in secondary school to seriously consider opportunities in this industry as, serious career paths. So we're doing that. And now that the film schools come up, we are very confident that children who've been exposed to this at the school level will now go to the film school to take whatever interest generated at school one level up, and then, go on towards making films. And through that, we hope to have created in Fiji a community of local producers. Absolutely. And you did mention that there's very few films coming out of Fiji. And with our local filmmakers, you'll see they have such great ideas, and they're very wonderful stories to be told out of Fiji. The biggest constraint is funding, of course, and we find that our local producers are restricted because of the level of funding available to them. Secondly is broadcast. What do they do once they've produced this? In the past, we've just had one television station. Lately, another one's come up, and later this year, we'll see a third one. In the past, local content's been very limited on local television, and that's another reason I think you'll find funding and the lack of broadcast opportunities. What government has done now to encourage more locals to make films is make available a facility that will allow them to raise funds. So what it in fact is a tax deduction for investors. So if I'm a filmmaker, I'll go to a local businessman and present him with an opportunity to invest in my film. he'll give me funding to make my film, and for him, the immediate benefit is a tax write-off of 150%. So that's an incentive for them to raise films. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's a third television station which will be starting operations in Fiji from the end of April to, I think it's April, May, sometime like that. And we are very confident that they will provide broadcast opportunity to local producers. From the Film Commission point of view, we're going to be strongly lobbying with government to make it a condition for granting broadcast licenses that they must show a certain amount of local content, and just not local content, because right now they are showing local content which can just be the news or a rugby match played locally. We're lobbying for scripted local content, which will be more film productions, we hope.